My fellow Biafrans, how are you doing today? People listening all across the world, Christians all across the world, America, Africa, to the whole world. It is still happening in Nigeria. At a time when Trump has spoken out, giving an ultimatum that it will not happen, they will not accept the genocide of Christians in Nigeria, it is still happening. I am so glad that America, they are aware that all the bluff Nigeria was coming with, lying that, 81% has been solved, that the 81% of the Christian genocide has been stopped. 81% in 10 days. You see, they can fool the whole world, but they can't fool America. They can fool the gullible Nigerians, but they cannot fool America. I want you to hear what the media is saying in America. Respect to the CBN News. These are one of those platforms that push this news to the whole world at a time when your Nigerian media were scared to speak. So I say respect to CBN News. I want you to please hear what is going on. Hear this conversation. Listen to this conversation and it will blow your mind. America, they are angry with Nigeria. They are disappointed with Nigeria. Because it is clear that Tinubu has no power. He has no say to stop it. You saw what happened in Nigeria between Wike and a military man. Wike was doing his power, but they showed him that a military man takes the last order from the general. So whatever Tinubu is doing right now, speaking and pretending, he's wasting his time, because those who control Nigeria, those who own Nigeria, those that Britain, Great Britain told they were born to rule, they are continuing with their script, with the blueprint, to dip the Quran in the Red Sea through the River Niger. So as we speak, I want us to please listen to this video, watch this video, and it will blow your mind. You will understand that Trump is angry with Nigeria. If you are ready, let's go there. Watch this.
In the days since President Donald Trump issued an aggressive warning to Nigeria on Truth Social, the genocide against Christians rages on. Well, Truth Nigeria's Mike O'Day James is here with new heartbreaking details. So, Mike, what's going on in Nigeria right now?
Well, like you said, Raj, first of all, thanks for having me. Like you said, the genocide is still raging on, this time with higher intensity. I just came from the northeastern state of TARABA, and it's also a middle belt state. It is called TARABA. I went to certain towns like Bukari, Takum, Bani, and what I saw was carnage. Villages being taken over.
Listen.
People being killed. And who are those people killing, doing the killing? They are Fulani terrorists.
Are you hearing what this man is saying? Pastor Adegboye, you told Nigerian government, Pastor E.A. Adegboye of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, you told Nigerian government to delay Trump for 100 days. It tells me you are happy with this, that Christians are being killed. They are being martyred in Nigeria. And you are delaying the rescue for the Christians. And you claim to be a man of God. You claim to be a GO, a general overseer. Pastor E.A. Adegboye, you have fallen my hand. I've lost all respect that I have for you. At the time when a Redeemer has come, the Christians at their point of death, they call on to Jesus. When they tell them Islam or death, choose convert to Islam or die, they said, no, I believe in Jesus. I will die a martyr believing in Jesus. And at their point of death, they cried out to God, commit their spirit, their soul to God. Why the headsman does the unthinkable, sever their head, chop their head off, and the rest. But you of all people, because of tribalism and politics, you told Tinubu to find a way to delay Donald Trump for 100 days? Shame on you. 100 days of hell. Shame on you. These guys, they are going all out to kill the Christians. And you are asking Trump to, you're asking Tinubu to find a way to delay Donald Trump for 100 days. I say shame on you. What kind of madness is that? Eh? You think what is going on is a game? I'm pissed off with that man, but let's take it back. Listen.
In the days since President Donald Trump issued an aggressive warning to Nigeria on Truth Social, the genocide against Christians rages on. Well, Truth Nigeria's Mike O'Day James is here with new heartbreaking details. So, Mike, what's going on in Nigeria right now?
Well, like you said, Raj, first of all, thanks for having me. Like you said, the genocide is still raging on, this time with higher intensity. I just came from the northeastern state of TARABA, and it's also a middle belt state. It is called TARABA. I went to certain towns like Wukari, Takum, Bali, and what I saw was carnage. Villages being taken over, people being killed. And who are those people doing the killing? They are Fulani terrorists who are encamped around the Danjuma farms, who are encamped around the Kashimbila dams, and they are kidnapping, they are killing people, Christians. And I spoke to the Catholic Bishop of Wukari Diocese, that is Reverend Mark Megida Nzukwen, and he gave me this horrific figure. He said between 2019 to 2025, more than 230 Catholic churches have been completely erased.
Are you hearing it? From 2019 to 2025, more than 230 Catholic churches have been brought to the ground, destroyed. This is the game they play in Nigeria because their own plans, I keep saying this, their own plans is to make sure they systematically eradicate what you believe in. Systematically Islamize Nigeria through a process known as Islamification. Lord, my heart is heavy, my heart is heavy, my heart is heavy. God have mercy. To the President of America, please, Donald Trump, please, we are begging upon you. Do not wait. Nigeria is a criminal enterprise. They want to delay you. They want to delay you. They will come and come. They will do what they call window dressing. They come with fake figures. Please. Do not believe in the government of Nigeria. They are doing nothing about it. Since 2009 till 2025, they have done nothing about it. How come within 10 days? Now they are saying that they've dealt with the 81% of Christian genocide in Nigeria. That's a lie from the bottom of hell, from the pit of hell. Nigeria is a criminal enterprise. Please, Donald Trump, hurry to the aid of the Christians. Even a so-called man of God is telling Nigeria to come up with a ploy to delay the actions of Donald Trump for 100 days. Their plan is to delay Trump as much as possible, so that his 3 years in office will elapse. And perhaps when the Democrats become president, they can continue doing the killing of the Christians. This is the game they're playing in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we say elephants can fly. Please, President Trump, hurry to the aid of the Christian. Congressman Riley Moore, please do not believe in Nigeria. They are still doing the unaliving of Christians. Please hurry to the aid of the Christians in Nigeria. Hurry to the aid of the Biafrans. As we speak, the leader of the Biafrans is being subjugated, persecuted, not prosecuted in court. And on the 20th of this month, they have tagged it the Judgment Day to crucify the leader of the Biafrans, known as Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency. They call him a terrorist, but the real terrorists, they are parlaying with them, they are doing business with them, they are doing deals with them. as we speak. Please, America, God's own country, hurry to the aid of the Christians. Nigeria have let us down. Nigerian so-called Southwestern pastors, they have let us down. They are in bed with the caliphate. They are pretenders. They are in bed with the caliphate of Nigeria. Most of the pastors from the Southwest, they were Islamic converts. They were Muslims who converted to Christians in the 80s. And they were funded by the Islamic government to open Pentecostal churches. Perhaps at the end of this video, I will give you my narrative again, how my best friend as a child who always attends the mosque. One day I saw the father who was a devoted Islamic cleric. I saw him reading the Bible, cramming the Bible. And when I asked my friend, what's going on? How come your daddy, who is a Muslim, is cramming the Holy Bible? He told me they are about to make him a pastor in a church, Redeemed Church of God. You see, I don't want to call names yet, but he told me they are about to make him a pastor in a church, the Redeemed Church of God. This was in the early 90s, 91, 92. I was taken aback. I said, what do you mean? He said, yes. They've told him, he will manage a church. So what they did was all the Islamic clerics were being posted as pastors. That way they control the narrative and they kind of curtail the onslaught of Christianity via Catholicism and the Church of England, the influx of them, in a way to stem down Catholicism, to control, to put a check on Catholicism and the Church of England, the Anglican Church, as you call it in Nigeria. The Nigerian Islamic government funded so many young Islamic clerics, asked them to convert into Christianity in a bid to have as much money as possible to open churches all across Nigeria. But by so doing, they now control the activities of the church. That's why till this day, they don't go against the Nigerian government. Your so-called big churches around Nigeria, they don't go against, they don't speak against the Nigerian government. They are a covert operation. They are not Christians. It's a way to control the Christians. Have them on a chokehold. And that's where the caliphate can keep doing what they are doing. And these pastors, they say nothing about it. They don't speak out. In fact, they are telling the Tinubu government to find a way to delay Donald Trump for 100 days. It means to delay the answer of God. The same way the prince of Persia delayed an angel that was bringing answers to the prophet Daniel in the Bible. Daniel 10, chapter 13, I believe. This is the game they play. Daniel chapter 10, verse 13. Where God answered the prayers of Daniel, but unfortunately, as the prayers were coming down through an angel, the prince of Persia, the prince from the kingdom of Persia, wrestled that angel, delayed the prayers, the answers for 21 days. Until the angel Michael stepped in and made sure that the prayers were sent to Daniel. 21 days. Today, a pastor, Pastor E.A. Adegboye, is telling Tinubu to find a way to delay Donald Trump for 100 days. What does that tell you? He should be thanking God that yes, at last, there is something coming to save the Christians. But no, he told the Nigerian government to find a way to delay the savior of the Christians in Nigeria. Find a way to delay Donald Trump for 100 days. Hey, God have mercy. My heart is heavy. My heart is heavy. My heart is heavy. Lord have mercy. Let's continue. Take it back and listen. Very, very sad one.
And they are kidnapping. They are killing people, Christians. And I spoke to the Catholic bishop of Wukari Diocese, that is Reverend Mark Megida Nzukwen, and he gave me this horrific figure. He said between 2019 to 2025, more than 230 Catholic churches have been completely erased. And he also gave me a figure that about 100,000 Catholics and 200,000 other church denominations members have been rendered internally displaced. That means they are now refugees in their homes.
Are you hearing that? 100,000 Catholics and over 200,000 other denominations have been rendered homeless, displaced people in IDP camp. Keep on listening. I told you that's the game they play. They displace you, then suddenly your land, your community is being reoccupied by Fulani herdsmen all the way from the Sahel, Mauritania, Mali, Senegal, Burkina Faso, you name it, even Libya. Sudan, they come from Sudan. They come from Sudan all the way to resettle in the lands of the Christians. Hi, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Let's continue.
300,000 Christians in TARABA rendered refugees, internally displaced.
Just TARABA alone. Just one state alone, TARABA. Today we are hearing about TARABA. All this while it was Benue and Plateau. Now you see it everywhere. The cabal were laughing at us saying, oh, these guys, they are stupid. They only know about Benue and Plateau. Only if we know the havoc they've done in Nigeria. Where your Nigerian media don't carry out an investigative journalism. Shame on the Nigerian media. Shame on the Nigerian media. You bunch of animals. You sit at the comfort of your homes, doing nothing. Going with the script of the Nigerian government. You call Nnamdi Kanu a proscribed leader of IPOB. You bunch of animals, idiots, fools and vagabonds. A shameless people calling themselves media. Has any of you broken the news coming from TARABA State? Has any of you spoken about TARABA State? But now watch them now start speaking about TARABA State. You bunch of animals. A satanic, God-forsaken media. Cowards. Bunch of cowards in that zoo called Nigeria. Over 300,000 displaced Christians in TARABA State. And your Nigerian media said nothing about it. No news correspondents spoke about it. They were hiding it. They were shielding the information for the caliphate. You bunch of animals, wicked souls, sons and daughters of iniquity. The zoo media, the zoo satanic media, shame on you. You were deceiving, you're talking about Benue, Plateau, Benue, Plateau, Benue, Plateau, when other states are already gone. I said it here, the numbers are more than 7,000. America, the numbers of genocide Christians, the genocidals of Christians, it is more than 7,000 a year. Please multiply it by 10. I said it here. If Nigeria says 7,000, multiply it by 10 is 70,000 or more. Nigeria is a criminal enterprise. Please, Donald Trump, don't take the numbers from Nigeria. They are a criminal enterprise. Oh, Lord have mercy, oh Lord have mercy. Oh, my Lord and my God have mercy. Thank you to this man for speaking out. He is doing the job of the Nigerian journalist. Something they refuse to do in Nigeria. Something they've been barred from doing in Nigeria. Something they've been sanctioned from doing in Nigeria. They only repeat what the government of Nigeria tells them. The dirty, God-forsaken media of Nigeria. All of them. They are all the same. They are all the same. They hide the information. They call the Biafrans, we, the Christians, defending ourselves, they call us terrorists. And the real terrorists, they call them bandits. The farmers and herders clash. They went with the scripts of the caliphate. to blame farmers. Oh my God, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. We are done with Nigeria. Biafrans, we are done with Nigeria. No. We are done with that zoo called Nigeria. Let's take it back and continue. Lord, have mercy. Listen.
He said between 2019 to 2025, more than 230 Catholic churches have been completely erased. And he also gave me a figure that about 100,000 Catholics and 200,000 other church denominations have been rendered internally displaced. That means they are now refugees in their homes. Imagine, Raj, 300,000 Christians in TARABA rendered refugees, internally displaced. Over 230 churches erased, and the violence is still going on.
You just posted an article on Truth Nigeria about something that's happened in the past couple days.
Yeah, that's what
about
when I went to Bukari, I went to places called Chechengi and Amadu. Imagine, immediately after Trump's threats or ultimatum to Nigeria, the Fulani militants have executed or have killed more than 20 persons. Reverend Father George Bako of the Holy Family Church, Kanu, told me this. Reverend Titus Shumanian of another Catholic church in Ayetua in Benue, he has been rendered. His church has been taken over completely, so he has been rendered at ITP and is living in Taraba State now. He told me that also, he just confirmed to me this morning that somebody else from his own parish has been killed. So if we are talking about 20 being killed, just this morning, one has been added. It's everyday bloodletting.
Are you hearing it? It don't stop there. In Taraba, that nobody has even spoken about it. The Nigerian media, private and public, they have not spoken about it. They were hiding it. They have this information, but they hide because they've got their correspondents all across Nigeria. These media houses, they have correspondents all across Nigeria. But when they bring this news, say, hey, there is a breaking news in Taraba. Say, hey, don't speak on it. The Nigerian government will come and sanction us. They are scared of being sanctioned. I understand their hands are tied. But I keep saying this. If Nigerian government have sanctioned you or tied your hands to speak out, in the public, you may hide your information, but in the private, send your information, send those breaking news to America, God's own country. Let them have it. If you are scared of speaking about it, give the information to America so they can deal with the real information. Nigerian media, do what is right. Do what is right. That's what we are saying. If you claim you love Nigeria, as you say, if your hands are tied to speak or break the news about the killings of the Christians all across Nigeria, take those information and send it down to people like Senator, Riley Moore. He's there. Ted Cruz is there. America is there. Send a tweet to Donald Trump, and those who are his handlers will get the information. Send it to us. Send it to us. We are here. Give us the information and we will speak. If you are scared of speaking, send it to us and we shall speak. We shall have a breaking news of it. But no, they believe in tribalism. They believe in nepotism. They believe because their brother is in power, then you must hide the genocide of the Christians. But in the year 2014, this same man, Tinubu, went to America to expose to America that there is a genocide happening to Christians. But today they are saying there is no genocide for Christians. You bunch of hypocrites. That's the problem we have with Nigeria. That is why Nigeria cannot be one. Tribalism is worse than racism. I keep saying this. Tribalism is worse than racism. Because in tribalism, those that look like you, talk like you, act like you, have your skin tone, they are the ones killing you without you knowing. Tribalism is worse than racism. They are hiding a genocide, concealing the news. Nigerian media, both the private and the public, government owned or privately owned, they are all in this together. Because they are scared of being sanctioned. Then why did you choose to be a journalist? Why do you choose to have a media house? Because your primary role is to break those news. Break the news to the whole world. Let people know what's happening in Nigeria. My people, my heart is so heavy hearing this. We never knew they were in TARABA state. Thank God that this gentleman here came out and told us. I was completely blindfolded. I thought TARABA state was safe. Nothing was happening there. We never knew it was happening in TARABA state. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Please, God, have mercy.
He has been rendered, his church has been taken over completely, so he has been rendered as IDP and is living in TARABA state now. He told me that also, he just confirmed to me this morning that somebody else from his own parish has been killed. So if we are talking about 20 being killed, just this morning, one has been added. It's everyday bloodletting. The Fulanis are not letting up. They are not resting. They are just slashing. They are shooting. They are killing. And I have pictures, gory pictures, to back up these claims that these people are saying. It's not claims. These are realities. That is what is happening.
You sent me some of those photos. I'm going to let my editor decide if we can show them or if we blur them out. But I've seen them. They're horrific. Like every.
I have to send you these pictures because these days, the word genocide in Nigeria, because of Donald Trump's ultimatum to Nigeria, is becoming questionable. They will start asking you, are you sure he's telling the truth? But the pictures on ground, pictures don't lie.
It seems like this is Benue, this is TARABA, this is Plateau State.
Yeah.
It seems like it's not only not calming down, but expanding. Yeah. Obviously, you have Boko Haram. It seems like almost everywhere in the Middle Belt, it seems like this genocide is continuing. So, are the Fulani just completely ignoring Trump's threat?
Well, that of TARABA has been something that has been going for a very long time, since 2015, 2019. The Fulanis have been gradually capturing villages. Reverend George Dogo of the Holy Family Cathedral told me that 201 villages, which is his parish supervises, have been completely captured by the Fulanis. Reverend Clement Nkelegiatu told me the same. He said a lot of villages under his parish has been captured.
When they capture these villages, they change the name to an Islamic name. They bring in their brothers, distant relatives from the Sahel, to overtake, relocate, and take over those villages. Please don't just assume that those villages are just empty. No. When you abscond for your life, when you run away from those villages because they are killing your people, when you run away, the Nigerian government now fund the terrorists to go and get their siblings all across Africa from the Sahel region. Mali, Mauritania, Burkina Faso, Senegal, Sudan, Chad, Niger. They all come in, even Cameroon sometimes. Those ones that roam around Cameroon, they all come in and they go to a specific village and resettle there. How come they knew about it? How were they able to do the logistics that all across the Sahel, they come at a particular time to a particular village? It's because people are communicating with them, saying, hey, this is your chance to come and have your safe haven in Nigeria. There is a village for you now. Come and resettle quickly and take over that village. Change the name to a Muslim name and it becomes yours. This is a process I called Islamification. The end goal is Islamization, but the process to Islamize Nigeria is known as Islamification. 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 It's happening before your eyes. It's happening before your eyes. Village is being taken over. Why? Ask yourself those questions. It's happening before your eyes. Let's continue. Let's continue. Listen.
Supervisors have been completely captured by the Fulanis. Reverend Clement Nkelegia too told me the same. He said a lot of villages under his parish has been captured, and these are gradually. You know, Mr. George of Equipping the Needy will say a death by 1,000. They come gradually, they push, they annex your land, they go further, they exterminate the people run and they go. Now I'll give you an example. Like the parish in Ayetua, the Catholic Church in Ayetua, about 3,000 of its members has fled from Benue, where the parish is, into Taraba.
Listen.
They are now refugees in Taraba, IDPs in Taraba, and the Fulani still chase them into Taraba. And Reverend Titus Shimanian just called me today and said one person from his parish has been killed. In fact, there is never a let-up with my phone. Every now and then phone call. It's either George Dogo or Reverend Nkelegia or Reverend Shimanian. Now, Taraba has been an ongoing crisis that has been forgotten. People don't know. They were only concentrating on Benue, they're concentrating on Plateau, on Southern Kaduna, but Taraba, 300,000.
Someone told them to find a way to delay Donald Trump for 100 days. 100 days. Delay Donald Trump. Delay the coming of Donald Trump for 100 days. Pastor E.A. Adegboye of the Redeemed Church of God. Those were your words. Today, I will play your words over and over and over and over and over again. Let it sink in and marinate into the mind of the deaf, the dumb and blind, those who still believe in you. That God has answered the prayers of the Christians by sending the number one country of the world, America, to come in, to intercede and stop the genocide of the Christians. You told Nigerian government to find a way to delay the blessing of God from Trump. They should find a way to delay Trump for 100 days. And we are saying every day lives are being lost. Genocide is happening every day. Christians are being martyred every day. Villages being converted to Islamic villages every day. But you are saying they should delay Trump for 100 days. Delay is dangerous. America, please hurry to the aid of the Christians. Delay is dangerous. I can't believe a so-called man of God, a man who says he hears from Jesus. He communicates with God, he said. But at the time when God has answered the prayers of the Christians being persecuted, he told Nigeria to come with a way. A fraudulent way, whichever way you can, by any means. By any means necessary. Delay Donald Trump for 100 days. This came from a man of God that you all respect. I call that tribalism. Because this same man was out there in the street with his placards protesting against a Christian president when he came from the South. When the president was Christian in 2012, this same man of God came out to protest. But now because the president is his kin man, his in-law he called him, he's telling him to find a way to delay the coming of Trump for 100 days. In just past 12 days, look at what we are hearing about TARABA. Please, sir, we would like to hear about the other states because Nigerian media will not do it. Nigerian media, they are in bed with the Nigerian government. They will not speak on these things. Today, Nnamdi Kanu has been vindicated for calling them the Zoo media, the Yoruba media. Unfortunately, I will use those words. The Yoruba media, you have chosen not to speak on this because the president is your brother. You have spoken, you have chosen not to speak on it. Today we're hearing about Taraba State out of the blues. Thank God we now know this. Thank God we now know about Taraba State. I will do some more research, gather as much video evidence as possible, and communicate with Ted Cruz. This whole week, that will be my assignment. This whole weekend, That will be my assignment. But let's continue. Let's continue. Listen.
Has been an ongoing crisis that has been forgotten. People don't know. They were only concentrating on Benue, they're concentrating on Plateau, on Southern Kaduna, but Taraba, 300,000 people, IDP, 20 killed in less than, just a few days ago.
Mike, you've been asking, because we've been doing these videos, unfortunately, tragically, for a while now, of just atrocity after atrocity after atrocity, and you've been calling for the president to say something, to do something. He did, but it seems like the Nigerians, the Fulanis, I should say, folks that are targeting Christians, didn't heed his warning, aren't listening. Is that true?
Yeah. They seems to be daring the president. And you know why? Because the Nigerian state is not taking firm action against them. Rather than the states telling Mr. President, telling Donald Trump, that's the American president, yes, we acknowledge that a crisis is going on. There are killings of Christians. There is genocide. There is genocide against the Christians. And this is what we are going to do. I expect the Nigerian president to tell Mr. Trump that, look, this genocide did not start from me. I did not originate this. And this is what I'm going to do to stop it. I need your help. But they are living in denial. So this has now, emboldened the Fulani terrorists to do what they are doing. And mind you, I'm not saying all Fulanis in Nigeria are terrorists, but we have the extremists who feel that Nigeria is their own, and they are taking lands that belong to Christians. Middle Belt land, 50 million Nigerian Christians live in the north. Within the Middle Belt region, in Taraba, in Benue, in Adamawa, the Fulanis are grabbing this land. And how are they doing it? And it's like the threat by Trump has just exacerbated the situation, because the Nigerian government is not taking action. They are living in denial. So I think Trump really needs to talk to Mr. Tinubu, that's Nigerian president, and so that the president can also put his foot down and tell his service chiefs, you need to exterminate this. Now, let me tell you the situation in Taraba, like we said. Women have seen thousands of women living as IDPs, children not going to school. In short, when I was going to Taraba from Benue State, the first sight I saw was a big truck carrying about 6 coffins. 6 coffins. That was the sight that greeted me in Taraba when I was crossing from Kasinala to Taraba. And then the next thing, I saw smokes billowing. And Reverend Father Titus Shimanean told me, it's a normal thing. Smoke was just, they were burning houses somewhere. Sorry. And then the next thing I saw, the soldiers, well-armed soldiers, not doing anything, rather harassing the Reverend. And the Reverend has to say, look, I'm a Reverend Father, I'm going to tend to my flocks, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Now, the people in Taraba are always complaining that the army is not doing anything to stop the Fulanis from attacking them.
They do nothing to stop the Fulanis. Instead, they go to the IDP camp and rape those women. That's the such, situation here. That's, in fact, it's a topic we'll have to discuss another day. But they go to those IDP camp, they give those women, peanuts just to defile them, because they know these women, they have children and they're in a state of compromise. They do nothing. They do nothing because they are in support of what is happening in Nigeria. But let's continue because of time. Let's continue.
This has all the Reverend Fathers that I've spoken to, all the clergymen that I've spoken to, said the military is not doing enough, or they just simply refuse to do anything to stop the Fulanis. I have videos. If I was sitting down, you see people carrying loads on their head, running here. I have a whole lot of, I just got tired. I left there just a few days ago and still continuing. Mind you, I will have to tell you also that equipping the persecuted, owned by George Saul, when I send this kind of videos I sent to you, he said, okay, Mike, do an on-spot assessment and tell me, what do these people need? And I asked the reverends, and they said, well, they need food. I asked the people, and they need food. And so he said, okay, can you get them rice or anything? I said, yeah. So we bought them 20 bags of rice in one parish, then went to another parish, we bought 5 bags of rice, bought them, and then the people said, all right, they need money for Medicare. Then he said, well, Mike, equipping the persecuted will also send money. So he sent send some amount of money, and then for Medicare for those IDPs. That is what equipping the persecuted did within the weeks. I'm going to show you the pictures too. But the situation in TARABA is very dire. These people are some of these IDPs I'm talking about. They are sleeping in classrooms with sometimes no windows, no ceiling. And so thank God it's not the rainy season. If not, they would have been sleeping in the rain. But then this is a Harmattan period. It's going to be very cold. So I told Mr. George that these people will be needing blankets, they'll be needing other things. TARABA is in southern TARABA, particularly Wukari and Tapun are in distress. The Fulanis have encapsulated that place.
Well, Mike, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much, brother Mike. Thank you so much. My heart is heavy. I can't take this. I can't take this. I can't take this. I need Trump to step in now and step in and help these people. Help the Christians, man. The persecution is so much. I can't believe at a time like this, a so-called man of God was telling Nigerian government to find a way to delay Donald Trump's intervention. I can't believe that Pastor E.A. Adegboye spoke in the public that they should find a way to delay Donald Trump for 100 days. That Nigerian government should find a way to delay President Donald Trump intervention in Nigeria for 100 days. 100 days. I promised him I will spin that video over and over and over again until you all will understand the meaning behind those words. To delay a savior, to delay someone coming to intervene for the Christians, to delay someone coming to stop the genocide for 100 days. 100 days is a bit spiritual, because I mentioned that within 90 days, the Nigeria you know today, you will know no more. There was a time stamp. I said from the 2nd of February 2026. By that time, by that date, the Nigeria you know today, the Islamic Nigeria you know today, you shall know no more. So for the fact he came and said Nigerian government should find a way to delay Donald Trump for 100 days, it shows that he's on something. I want you to watch what he said and it will blow your mind. Watch it.
Find a way to convince the President of America to please delay his actions for about 100 days. Find a way to convince the President of America to please delay his actions for about 100 days. Find a way to convince the President of America to please delay his actions for about 100 days. Find a way to convince the President of America to please delay his actions for about 100 days. Find a way to convince the President of America to please delay his actions for about 100 days. Find a way to convince the President of America to please delay his actions for about 100 days. Find a way to convince the President of America to please delay his actions for about 100 days.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. When the Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and to report back to me. And I mean, like, immediately. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. This is not going to happen. The killing of Christians is not going to happen.